David King, Triple Crown Sports. I'm the CEO, founder, and president of the company. This is our 33rd year of operations. In the diamond sports world, we run Triple Crown baseball throughout the country in tournaments and championships, and Triple Crown fast pitch throughout the country in tournaments and championships. We have a group of young ladies between the ages of 14 and 18 with aspirations to go on and play college. And then we have another group of baseball players in a similar situation that are trying to prepare themselves for the next level. When we look at these people that come in, we have a variety of muscle memory, of things they've done with their swing that's very specific, or their throw that's very specific. One of our biggest issues in training these young people is that most of them don't get things verbally. And so coaches like me teach verbally. The minute we can put someone in a feel situation where they actually can feel their body do things right, we can change some of the biggest fundamental flaws, in particular in hitting. So what we want is to teach violence in the swing. So we want violence out of every part of their body. And we want the bottom half to learn how much strength is right there. Now, right now, she's not turning it fast enough and hard enough for me, so I'd be on her. But she's going to feel how much strength there. That violence through here is what causes the skip, causes people to be able to hit the bombs, or the line drives, or the shots. So to me, this is the best tool to make them feel what the bottom half can do for their swing.
And our girls actually like it too, because when you have the lower half hooked up, you have resistance. So you have the resistance and the violence when you have this hooked up, and then when you take it off, the violence is actually exaggerated when they take it off, because they're not resisted anymore. They can push that hip through faster. So it's a great tool.
Who's it not for? I mean, if your team coaches real conservative contact hitting, hit within yourself, this is for programs that want violence controlled by balance. They want to get to the edge and then they want to balance. They want to drive fast but stay on the road. It's not for people that want contact to right. This is great to hit opposite, but it's got to be about the power moves to go there. What you'll find in here is that we have live hitting, we have tees, a variety types of tees, and no additional training tools until this tool arrived. And so when we saw this tool, what we saw most in it was that we could recreate feel. And I'll give you an example. I have a young lady here that was born deaf. So she's a perfect example. Only way to teach her is to basically make her muscles go through it. But she was the first person that I actually put the first device on. And I could immediately see changes in how we taught. So I have a couple of our coaching staff here who's going to join me, a couple gypsies from the roster. Rachel and Krista are on our coaching staff, so they've experienced the same things as I have with the training tools themselves. Okay, so the bottom half, when we get young players in both guys and gals, we find that the bottom half is trained a variety of ways, from the old squish the bug, not good, drive through and go out the front end, not good. We want them to take the power that they feel in their hips and drive it through the plane. And so in order to drive it through, this tool actually makes them feel their hips in action. We want their hips to drive into position enough, so go ahead and drive them into position and then hold it for me. And that resistance, she can feel that resistance of going through. If she does this strong enough, she's going to inherit a Bryce Harper or a Mike Trout skip, which means she'll actually drive through and the back foot will pull along behind with so much power, not that it will step out. Because she wants to feel the power in her bottom half, driving into this foot and make that swing. And so this allows them to feel how much strength is in their hips. We're like a lot of programs in the United States where we don't have a bunch of kids we've recruited. We have kids from around the region that we need to coach. And so one of the things that we see when they first walk in is we see that the first move of their swing is to lay this down and then come into the zone. Okay, so what this tends to make them do is feel the dominance of the top hand entry. So one of the ways I teach it is to shake hands with the governor going down And then once the governor sticks his hand out, make sure you say, hey, brother. And instead of, hey, brother, back up here, laying it down, and then go into the zone. And so what this does is allow them to feel a top hand dominance to the ball. And whether they do it right or not, they can feel the top hand take that into position. This is one of the key issues we have. Now, in fast pitch, we have a ball that does this. In baseball, we don't have that ball. So our baseball guys don't get penalized as much by this. But the minute that barrel lays down too soon in fast pitch, we get what's called the jump effect, where the ball actually jumps the bat. So in order to protect it, we need them to come down, but not chop wood. Chopping wood would be this. We want them to feel the transfer down, but we want it to be as late as possible. And this band, for some reason, I don't know how, Billy, you created it, allows me to actually make them feel what the top hand going down tall feels like. So we make them go tall all the way to train it. So go tall all the way to me, tall all the way, tall all the way. And so she can feel what tall means. Then we let her go ahead and lay down right when she gets here. That is what we want in fast pitch. A lot of kids that come all the way through, they'll come up through and they'll either step through to here and think that was it, or they'll stay back in here and they don't really feel the strength. So what this has allowed us to do, go ahead and make a move without swinging your bat and try to go through. She starts feeling that. It starts to pull this leg off the ground. And if she doesn't tip, you're tipping, kid. If she stays square to the world, it's actually going to cause her to pull through and skip with the force of her hips. Now, this is not going to allow you to skip, but it'll make you feel the force that's available to her. And she needs to be into a firm front side, which she's a little bent there, which you can be firm with a bent leg, but she needs to be able into a firm front side. So see if you can get a firm front side and still go. But you can feel the strength of this muscle actually yanking through and causing the core of a power hitter, which is really the big whip, followed by the middle whip, followed by the little whip. And so our top hands are little whip, and our big whips are down here. I have seen most gimmicks and training tools that were cooked up in America somewhere, sometime. With our presence, we see most everything. What you'll find in here is that we have live hitting, we have tees, a variety types of tees, and no additional training tools until this tool arrived. And so when we saw this tool, what we saw most in it was that we could recreate feel.